Have you read Tragedy and Hope by Carol Quigley?
No, I haven't. We did not cover that in poli-sci.
Carol Quigley was a legendary professor of history at the Foreign Service School of Georgetown University and a former instructor at Princeton and Harvard. He was a lecturer at the Industrial College of the Armed Forces, the Brookings Institution, the U.S. Naval Weapons Laboratory, the Foreign Service Institute of the State Department, and the Naval College. Quigley was a closely connected elite insider to the American establishment, with impeccable credentials and trappings of respectability.
So he was on the Dancing with the Stars. I do the TiVo of DWDS every week. I have not watched it yet. Do not ruin it for me. It is the most important thing in my life.
No, he wrote a book documenting British racial imperialist and financial magnate Cecil Rhodes and his secret wills, outlining the clandestine master plan through 7 decades of intrigue spanning 2 world wars, to the assassination of John Kennedy.
Was he on the hit NBC show The Office?
No, he wrote a book, Tragedy and Hope. The book is about the creation of roundtable groups like the Council on Foreign Relations, known as the CFR, and other secret societies. This includes a consortium of the leaders of the central banks of several countries, who form the Bank for International Settlements. These powers of financial capitalism have far-reaching aims. That is to create a world system of financial control in private hands that is able to dominate the political system of each country and the economy of the world as a whole. This system is controlled in a feudalist fashion by the central banks of the world, acting in concert by secret agreements arrived at in frequent private meetings and conferences. The apex of the system was the Bank for International Settlements in Basel, Switzerland, a private bank owned and controlled by the world's central banks, which are themselves private corporations.
I'm too busy to read. I have 3 jobs and $10,000 in credit card debt. My degree is worthless, and I will never be able to repay my student loan. My parents' house was foreclosed, and they are now homeless. They had to move in with me, and now I can't watch Dancing with the Stars except on TiVo. My father says, this is all the Republicans' fault.
They are all the same. For example, Carol Quigley was very influential on Bill Clinton. Clinton named Quigley as an important influence on his aspirations and political philosophy in 1991, when launching his presidential campaign in a speech at Georgetown. He also mentioned Quigley again during his acceptance speech to the 1992 Democratic National Convention, as follows: "As a teenager, I heard John Kennedy's summons to citizenship. And then, as a student at Georgetown, I heard that call clarified by a professor named Carol Quigley, who said to us that America was the greatest nation in history because our people had always believed in 2 things, that tomorrow can be better than today and that every one of us has a personal moral responsibility to make it so."
I don't care. This is all the Republicans' fault. It doesn't matter to me anyway. I only vote for Dancing with the Stars and America's Got Talent. I'm very busy with my 3 jobs and smoking the chronics while updating the Facebooks.
No, I don't think you get it. Did you not hear anything I said? This is about banksters, not Republicans nor Democrats. They are the same. They work for the same masters.
You are crazy. There are 2 parties and they are 2 different things. I learned that in the colleges and on the CNN. My father is a Democrat, so I'm a Democrat. They have my interests at heart. They want to help the middle class.
Republicrats, Democrats. That is an artificial construct that has been created to keep us spinning in our hamster wheels. Free your minds and your ass will follow.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no secret is revealed. No president should fear public scrutiny of his program, for from that scrutiny comes understanding, and from that understanding comes support or opposition, and both are necessary. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For I have complete confidence in the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed. I not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends to be candid about its errors. For as a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it.
The report is that the president is dead. The word we have is that he is dead, that he was shot by an assassin at the intersection of Elm and Houston Streets just as he was going into the underpass. The word we have is from a doctor on the staff of Parkland Hospital who says that it is true. He was in tears when he told me just a moment ago.